Okay, so this morning I am finishing off the panel. So as you can see, I've sanded most of the panel now. There's a few bits and pieces that I still need to finish off, and I'm going to finish that off. I'll put you guys on time lapse, sort that out, and then this part of the panel is pretty much done. What I'm going to move on to then is I'm going to put these brackets on, but that's for another video. So I'm going to put this on time lapse, finish this off, so that the video can actually be posted and you guys can see it. So bear with me while I put you on time lapse. Right, so now the panel is actually ready to be finished. Right, I'm going to put the electronics in here, make sure that all the wiring harnesses and everything else works. I'll do that in a jig that I've still got to build, and then yeah, then it's a step closer to getting the electronics in. I'm quite happy with how this came out. It fits quite nicely. It looks quite good. I still don't know how I'm going to finish this, whether I'm going to finish it with just a carbon fiber sticker over it, or whether I'm going to spray it, or whether I'm actually going to put some cloth over it so it's a little bit more tactile. I think I'll probably end up going with just a carbon fiber sticker, or have it wrapped in carbon fiber, but I don't know yet. So bear with me. Eventually that'll come out. I'm not too fussed about that because it doesn't have to be in place before I get my airworthiness certificate. I'll probably not put it in before my airworthiness certificate. So the plan with this is, in any case, is to get everything in the plane, get the engine started, make sure that it does what it's supposed to do, start doing the testing, get airworthy, do the 50-hour initial inspection, and then do the 50-hour initial flying, and then readdress everything, right? So look at the panel, make sure that the panel is fit in as well as I want it to be. If there's anything that needs reinforcing, do that. If there's anything that needs changing, do that. And then after that's done, do a weight and balance, and then she's good to fly with passengers. But that's still a ways off. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. And morning again. So I want to fit the doghouse, or the brackets for the doghouse, and I want to make sure that I fit these in perfectly. But there's a couple of things that I need to measure first, and a couple of things I'm going to mark first. I want to make sure that I know exactly where these brackets need to go. So I'm going to mark that roughly on the wing. I'm also going to I'm just going to roughly mark it, but I want to make sure that the doghouse fits perfectly on this. I think there might be some sanding needed on the edges here of the doghouse. So I'm going to have to take the old tape off, maybe put some new tape on there, and just make sure that it's sanded down properly enough that it fits flush. So we'll see how that pans out. Again, I'm going to put you on time lapse so you don't have to be with me the whole time, but you can at least see what I'm doing. Cool. Okay, so I've prepped the surfaces, and you'll see there in the elapsed time that I actually moved the doghouse lid a little bit to make sure that the other side is flush as well. And then I'm going to use, once those two things are in place, I'll use a bit of heat on the doghouse to shape it and fit perfectly in there. I also cut this lip off. What I'm going to end up doing, or what I will end up doing, is I will put that in place, draw a mold off the bottom of that, and then put a lip in the whole way around that fits it perfectly. That fits the doghouse perfectly, or the lid perfectly. The idea behind that is to make sure that it has a really nice, smooth transition. Obviously, I'm going to have to put some micro bubbles on here to make sure that I have a smooth transition all the way through. But this is probably, apart from the wings, this is one of the critical areas, because this is where it all starts. So yeah, I'm going to take a 5-minute breather, and then I'm going to match up some, or mix up some microflux with epoxy, and then I'm going to glue these in place. I will come back after they've set and actually put some bid on there as well, and then I'll do the filling around the wing and all those kind of things as well. But I have to get these things in place so that I know how much space I've got to run my wiring through. It is a little bit of a Tetris-y kind of build, but that's essentially where I want to be. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are at the moment, and I will probably not show you how I'm gluing these down. Once they're dry, I'll come back and I'll show you how the doghouse fits on there, and then we'll drill through these, put some put some nut plates on there, so it'll keep that down. And then we can figure out how we're going to fill, like I said, how we're going to fill everything and make everything smooth around here and make it look nice. Awesome, thanks for watching. So I've glued them in with micro bubbles or micro slurry. I always leave some in the pot so that I can make sure that it hardens to the texture I want, or the consistency I want. If it doesn't, I'll have to cut it off and do it again. So the first step is to glue this in place with the micro slurry. It's like a filler and a bonding agent, obviously with the epoxy in there. So we'll put that in there, or we have put that in there. And now what we'll do is we'll just wait for it to kick, or to start curing. It'll probably take about, it'll take a few hours. And then we'll take it from there and make sure that everything is the way we wanted it to be. If it's not, then we'll put some filler in between it and make sure that it fits perfectly. I think that's quite important that we do that correctly. So yeah, so we'll take it from there. Thank you for watching.